And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Solar Nations 2. We're on the victory track here. Let's see if we can bring this home. While trying to still be semi-productive at getting our prestige up so that they can't catch up. Another colony done. Surveys. Steel refineries. And commercial zones. And the nanocomposite integration is product efficiency. Go and spend some of this. It's back into debt. And we can get more colonies. Yeah, I think we're not getting that one. Should get the rest of them, I think. Even this one, I think we'll get. This one will be a bit tight. Oh, we can steal the technology from the United States. Let's go and do that. Espionage. Steel tech. Superior radiator. January. Let's go through our... okay, so diplomatically speaking, no integration is going to be anywhere near ready. You... The spy level, curry favors, political infiltration. Curry favors, political infiltration. Curry favors, political infiltration. Curry, political infiltration. Okay. Negative 24, so we're looking 14, 15 years, even with the maximum favors here, before we get integrated. Although, that would be right before we win, I suppose, at that point. And let's get some troops. My manpower to good use. Carpeting the world with millions of men. Oops, click once, let me do this button a bunch of times. Buy the missing industrial capacity. That should actually cause the prices to go up, which probably means that if I'm going to build more stuff, I should actually build some industrial capacity. So we can reduce our imports. We're in January. Let's go ahead. I'm going to queue up some factories. Apparently, just need more industrial capacity. Well, the alternative would be logistics hubs, I suppose. Getting something like 1,000. Yeah, so this is the cheaper stuff. Versus factories. Oh, we're only gonna do like 2 million, or 2,000. So that's probably what we want to do. Research industries. Yeah, looks like it's factories the way to go. Complete. It's been a while since I followed up with my leaders. The leaders do live for quite a long time. They live up to 162 years in some cases now. Go investor with you. For the defense administrator, reader, spy master, probably goes commander, more effect. Grab another colony location. There we go. And again, we're working on interstellar exploration for the range to get some better colony sites. January, so we can steal more technology from the United States. Chromite banded armor. Okay. And we'll reduce our imports a little bit. Anyway, I think we'll go and just do more industry. Another colony. Go. Construction. Go and do more of the factories like we're doing before. Do like 5 million factories. We'll make 10 million. And then we'll make sure deposits are done because those provide development equilibrium, project efficiency. Well, these are pretty expensive. The gene clinics are in? No, it's more gene clinics. And I want healthcare. Those in. Okay, we'll do some of the nano composite integration just for that project efficiency. So close to having a boost stuff done. There we go. Keep stuff up. Should be increasing industrial capacity, but maybe in the short run it isn't. So they did a thing that maybe upgraded some of the tanks, and some of the tanks are more expensive. 71%. So at this point, I think we've probably locked in hard enough that the other factions will not be catching up. We're running on the clock here. Trying to make sure that we don't fall behind while cinching the victory. There we go. I think a bunch of my factories just finished. My best farmland. Maxed out its I think that probably is what I did. I think it just maxed it out. Okay. Interstellar exploration complete. Now we get 1,000 more colonial range in AU, and all the spaceport products can be leveled up again. When we get our next colony done, we'll take a look to see what new options we've got. I think we're just at the end of the Solaris play track. I forgot to update it again. Skip the climax in the first soundtrack, so that so you can hear me mostly. The first one would be a bit loud. Okay. So if we sort by iron in range. No, I think that probably put more stuff in range, but I'm not sure it actually put more stuff we weren't already able to get to in range. Yeah, the range goes out to Neptune, past Neptune, into Hephaestus. Hephaestus have anything we want to pick up? Lethe. I suppose Lethe just doesn't start with any... It's because I haven't sorted by iron. That explains it. So yeah, Lethe could be colonized. There's no iron to start here. Although we survey it, we find some iron on immediate survey. And some more iron. More importantly, we find Lethe's treasure. Here we go. Lethe's treasure, some curiosity, some exotic refining. Ice 9. I think that'll be worth quite a bit. Yeah, okay, so it looks like the stuff out at Planet X. Planet X is the main stuff we've picked up. So we've got Lethe, and we've got U, I suppose. Assuming there's any place that's... Yeah, there's one place in space planes here, so it's mostly an ocean. It does have one Tartarus here with Ice 9 and some water. Not all in Hephaestus, it's just one place in Lethe. Oh, there's two places in Tartarus. So not much at Hephaestus. And then until we're out looking real far, we don't have much more to go. Next up would be, and that's why we're running for the next tech. The next is other solar systems. Basically gives us three special places to colonize out in the far outer solar system. So it's leather. Okay, so hit January. Steal more tech away from the United States. Vision laser. Okay. And then diplomacy-wise, I don't think we're there. Yeah, we're like 10 years out. We were able to get a couple unifications right before the game ends here at this rate. We're up to 25 billion population and growing. Growing a 250 million people every year. Okay, I don't think we're going to get unification of Earth unless I go on the warpath. Which is perfectly fine. Survey. Okay, do I have gene clinics everywhere? Nope. Nanobot healthcare? Nope. Oh, I have in most places. Nanocomposite integration. Get going. At some point we want to do mass mechanization. So there's maybe an argument for getting some robot assembly plants. Okay, that was expensive. That I might come to regret, but just slapped one robot assembly plant everywhere. Point where we can stop importing anymore. And I was old the demand, so that's going to cause the price to just collapse for people. Okay, some other people picked up some demand. Lethe is done. So, getting 4.8 thousand from the 18 Lethe's treasure, and we got some Ice 9 here. Probably want to do industrialization at some point. Commercial, hydroponics, you know, we'll queue up the industrialization as well right now. So Lethe's treasure provides 20% build cost reduction just for having access to it, and 5 years per level. We got 18 levels, so our people can now live a whole 90 extra years. I think we have the rulers that will live the rest of the game at this point. Oh, maybe it hasn't kicked in on our rulers yet, but yeah. So this guy might die, because it depends on how quickly it kicks in. But yeah, 90 years on them I think will add up. Life extension through the roof. That is only one of the 3 special bodies out there. So it's mostly a big giant ocean. There's supposedly 2 land masses out here. That bit down there, okay. Well, levels of palladium. currently already have 4, but they're taken from 4 to 12. Empire modifier military health, okay. I just achieved the achievement Robotic Revolution for having lots of robots. I think some of our robot factories finished. Crab with a knife. Now that you made the African Union, what's your plan? Next goal, I should say. Well, my next goal at the moment is to win. Is where we're at. We've got the victory timer going. We've got 70% of all prestige in the game. You only need 2/3 to win. So, in 9 years, we officially win. Crab with a knife. Oh, I can steal more technology from the United States. Economical bioweapons. Okay, I'm not sure I necessarily needed that technology, but we've got it now. I suppose that gives us fallout shelters if we're worried about ecological bioweapons. Okay. I didn't survey this one before we started. That's fine. We don't necessarily need to know why we're getting it. We just need to know we're getting it. And yeah, 12 levels of palladium here, 6 levels of cryogenics, 9 of ice 9. Not a terrible place. Commercial, hydroponics, and we'll do industrial computerization. Probably do industrial computerization everywhere eventually, but we'll see if I get budget positive anytime soon. We should have positive budget before we actually win the game. Positive in 3 years. Yeah, that 90 years has kicked in on all our people, so we can expect that our remaining government here will be the government at the end of the game. Homo Superius. An extra 10 population years. 10% more unity, 20% more education efficiency. Up next is post-humanism. Development equilibrium and unity. On a road to future society, which is the prerequisite for galactic civilization. Be bound to but one solar system? Nay. If the game goes that long, we're definitely calling to like other solar systems. Oh, I need to get some more colonies going. There we go. Iron. iron, more liquid methane, more liquid methane, more liquid methane. Steel refinery, hydroponics farm, commercial zone. Anyway, we'll grab the industrial computerization at this point for the resource capacity. And another colony queued up somewhere. Fair. We got over 26 billion people. 2 billion of them live in Nigeria alone. And just to show you how much population capacity matters when it comes to multiplanetary areas. Palladium. That'll be our highest palladium spot. It'll be our highest cryo-organic spot. It'll be our highest exotic refining spot. Go. I'll just spot there, done. Just putting more iron there, but scouting it out. Steel refinery, commercial zone, hydroponics, industrial computerization. I think it probably makes sense to get industrial computerization everywhere. Okay. Still sitting around about 70% prestige. We're basically kind of at the point where it's hard to get more prestige than everyone, relatively speaking, because we've just gotten so much relative to everyone. Winning the game in 6 years? Go steal ammo tech from the United States. Gigantic land vehicles. Construction just finished. Expansion. Phobos. Someone else had Phobos. I don't want to know what happened to Phobos for that to be liberated, but someone had Phobos. I'm just sitting here, calmly winning through colonization and kumbaya. People using nuclear weapons on other space buddies. Oh dear. Just getting a little bit of victory through peace and prosperity, let's just say. Okay, built the robots. I built the robots for a reason. Mass mechanization. Each one of these is costing me 120 something robots. In theory, the product efficiency should boost the amount of robots I'm making by 25%. So, the question really comes down to, do I have more than 600 territories? I'm not sure I do. So I suppose just build this everywhere. There we go. Got it queued up. Another colony done. Ooh, Island. Ooh, Isle. Doing a little bit of stability because we were up to 50 there. Post-humanism, plus 10% unity, plus 5 development percent equilibrium. Got 4 years before we win. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna stop at that point. Neural networking is gonna go pretty quickly. Although before we get the next colony expansion range, we're like 6 techs out, so we're probably not gonna make it there. Got 4 years left, so we're probably gonna do like 2 techs and maybe 2 techs, and out of the 6 we need. Oh, and then diplomacy. Are we there yet? Estonia and Hungary are 11 out. Hungary will actually already have 12 favors, so there we go. Hungary, become one with the African Union. And Estonia, we have 12 favors, so become one with the African Union. I think that's all we're going to have time to do before the game is a victory. And then from a prestige standpoint, Japan still sits in last. Over Japan, even in last place, is in the top 30 at 29. There's only 29 nations left in the entire solar system. Oh, apparently got negatives on neural networking. Can I buy that off of someone? Looks like it. Okay. So we got taxes to maximum. So one thing I could do is we can increase our spending. On minimal government spending and no welfare. It's 10 million to go to additional 10 million. Oof. I'm floating lots of money. Let me spend some more money on things like welfare. And I'm looking at the cost and like, relative to the bonuses I'm getting, I'm not sure that is actually a good spend. High government spending is probably worth. We'll take government spending to max. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to massive welfare, but we'll do extensive welfare state. Yeah, at this point I can go ahead and take this away. It's mostly providing like 8.2% education efficiency. And I can take you away. Not even providing like 5% product build efficiency. Allows more power shift towards the people who deserve it, which is the ideologues and the spy agency. Go grab another colony. Another colony done. That was, I believe, Phobos finishing up. Someone else had apparently lost control of Phobos. Commercial zone. Industrial utilization. Yeah, we're gonna win the race there. Although maybe not very much based on comparison to the East Asia. Oof. So there's neural networking. So I can now get some neural networks. So I no longer have to import that, although the price isn't that bad. A lot more people supplying it than is consuming it. Yeah, we can train our own neural networks. Use that to get some AI logistics models for more industrial capacity, more build cost. Imagination Unbound Crisis Chance. Yeah, that's a thing that can now come about. There we go. We can now go up to 7. Build infrastructure with computerization. Okay. I need to buy some more AI. Yeah, that industrial build-out is probably worth it. We've got plenty for, I think, the rest of the game. Okay, another colony done. Oh, I can steal more technology from the United States. Fusion compactation. Okay. Yeah, and our target development in some places is very high. The growth is a little slow, but we can get it real high. It's trending up towards like 8.25 at this point. And development multiplies all tax revenue produced by the region. Oh, it's all tax revenue. That increase resource taxes. Might increase resource taxes as well. Our interior minister has a promotion. The corporate commander, experienced investor, interior minister. Don't replace him. Upgrade it. Interior wants management, so taskmaster. And then you at this point probably want to be stacking management, so software engineer. There we go. Victory! In January 1st, because I think it ticks the victory score on the first of the year, 2030, or 2,323. So, that took us just under 300 game years. 298 game years from game start as Ethiopia to become the African Economic Union and win the game by getting 390,000 prestige. Our entire union includes us, Malaysia, Nicaragua, Panama, Argentina, Hubei Province, Malaysia, and the Caribbean Federation. That's our team. We were carrying the team there, let's just say. Pretty much carrying the team. All nations, we were in first, 3,900,000. East Asia, so the next biggest, is only 88,000. United States leading its federation at 33,000, which had Italy, Germany, so I think that's NATO, right? So that's NATO, so 33,000, 7,000, 4,000, a couple thousands there, right? That's mostly East Asia resisting us on one hand, and or NATO resisting us. Russia died in that game. So many different times where we're like, we're integrating Russia. It's just one state of Russia. I think we colonized Siberia because Siberia got nuked to nothing, sort of thing. Oh, Java and Ontario entered the game near the end, so Japan did not finish in last. It finished in third to last. So that is victory. I suppose one of the nations we had on the poll for what nations to play was Japan. So Japan was on the poll for nations to play. They didn't do particularly great. Although they survived. A few of the other nations that were on the poll to play was Egypt and Arabia. We've integrated both of those, so they're gone. I think it was France. I think France was on the list. Did France make it through? Can I continue playing here? Take a look. France make it all the way through. Nope, France did not make it all the way through. Yeah, France didn't make it all the way through. So, as far as nations on the poll to play, it's us. Obviously, we were playing us, so we won the game. And Japan that survived the game. The other three nations that were on the poll, Egypt, Arabia, and France, did not make it. So leaving them in the hands of the AI was not the way for them to succeed. But with that, we have won. Once again, we didn't. We won before we got to colonizing other solar systems. From my understanding, the other solar systems are sort of a more of a get a lot of prestige. If you can get to them before everyone else, then you can just colonize the best places first. And usually by the time you're that late in the game, you're stable enough, you're not worried about losing things. You got warp drive, so you can travel between the solar systems, so you can bring your gains back, right? Exotic matter, exotic forge, covalence machine for energy sector. And yeah, if I needed more factory production efficiency, we could pick that up. Zenith principle, resource capacity, resource income. Like there's lots of good text in the final era. There's maximum surveys, max privileges. So at the moment, most of our things, except for our like main faction, have like one privilege. That'd be an additional privilege on all of them. Faction loyalty, resource capacity, post-humanism for really just being like, yeah, we're going to conquer people. So we're dropping the integration costs so we can sweep large areas of the solar system. Galactic ambition for that population growth, habitability. But yeah, that is the game. So, I hope everyone has been enjoying. As this series winds down, I'm going to go ahead and probably post it to the forums where I put up the original poll. Where obviously, I'm going to do what I usually do, which is we go at least play a different game all the way through before we bring it back to the channel again. This is the second run of Solar Nations on the channel. I think I fixed the encoding problems. I think we had like 2,000 encoding frames dropped during this entire stream. I think this is the only one where we had any noticeable encoding frame drop. So mostly, I think by dropping it to 30 frames per second, so I can show by holding control down here, we managed to avoid any real encoding problems. And I don't think this is a game where playing it in 60 frames per second is necessary for enjoyment. So hopefully that did not affect people's enjoyment. And I might try turning the graphics up in the future. Yeah, we got it locked to 30 frames per second. We're playing on overall graphics low. We can try turning this up to high and see what that does. And we get a little bit, when we're looking at places, we can get a little bit better understanding of what the terrain looks like. I don't think that's... that's maybe having a little bit more effect on the frames per second, but that's not a big problem. I don't think that does much when we're zooming out. I think just locking it to 30 frames per second. Zooming out like this was what was causing the problem before. And maybe with the improved graphics, it's a little bit more of a problem because I see some of the coding frames being lost. Oh yeah, that definitely caused a problem. Looks like the coder is caught back up again. So maybe we don't do that. But yeah, I hope everyone has been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, we will have... well, we're going to record one more part of something tonight, so it's probably going to be terraforming, or not terraforming Mars. Terraformers the Red Planet Awaits. Suppose I could play Terraforming Mars. But no, it's going to be Terraformers the Red Planet Awaits. We're going to go chase the white whale that is getting the blue path done before we get fired on max difficulty. And then the day after tomorrow should be the beginning of Cultist Simulator if you're watching this on YouTube. I'll go over the schedule just in case people watching on Twitch are not interested in watching Terraformers the Red Planet Awaits and want to know what the schedule is for the next couple days, or if you're watching this on YouTube, and again, you're not tuning in to Terraformers the Red Planet Awaits. Today was Solar Nations 2. We just finished up the run. We're going to go change games at this point. Tomorrow is going to be Factorio Prenodon's run. It's going to be day 17. We're going to be expanding probably antimony production. Getting like 3 more things on the bus, and then moving on to logistics science. We're going to get like a one of everything assembly of that going. Wednesday will be Shadow Empire. We will hopefully get our robots on Wednesday. That probably won't mean we'll be winning on Wednesday, but we'll hopefully have the robots and be able to start rapidly expanding and using them. Thursday, and in the Solar Empire, or the Shadow Empire run is named. A computer needs its robot army. We've got the Syndic computer. We're just about to get the robot army, so we're ready for the question, win the game. Planning. Thursday is Solar Expanse. We're going to see if we get Mars terraformed. We got the atmosphere terraformed up to a quarter of an atmos during the last stream, which is probably the part that just went up today if you're watching on YouTube. Hopefully on Wednesday we'll be able to make at least that much progress, so it'll probably be like half a terraform, or half an atmos. We might be able to do more because everything's sort of scaling up as we go. But that's what we're doing in Solar Expanse on Thursday. And then Friday will be Cultist Simulator. Will be my first personal run of Cultist Simulator, although I have spoiled myself. I've watched someone else do a whole playthrough of one ending. So we'll see which ending I get. I'm not going to go for the exact same ending. And I might screw things up, so we might get one of the endings where you lose. We'll see on Friday. So that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday is when the cycle's going to start over again, so we're going to be back on Factorio Prenodon's mod. Sunday will be Shadow Empire, because I don't think we're going to win on Wednesday. Next Monday, maybe Solar Expanse. I think Solar Expanse, again, is also winding down. Again, it depends on how quickly we terraform. I'm thinking about trying to terraform 3 planets. We'll see how long it takes to get Mars done. If we have Mars done on Thursday, we'll probably be terraforming the Moon and Mercury on Monday. Or not Monday. Yeah, Monday. And then next Tuesday, so not tomorrow, but next Tuesday would probably be Cultist Simulator if that cycle is continuing. So that's the plan going on out for the next 8 days. I hope everyone has been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube, this is where this episode obviously is going to come to an end. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but we've had a little bit of long ones over the last couple episodes. And if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to do a quick swap of games here. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.